Hello guys. So this is a problem. Ehab is an odd person. Code force run 563 Div.2 problem. So simple problem. You can read this. You are given an array of length n. You can perform the following operation on it many times as you want. Pick two integers I and j. And I is greater than equal to 1 and comma j is less than equal n, such that if any ai plus aj is odd, then swap ai and aj. What is lexicographically the smallest array you can obtain? Okay, an array is x lexicographically smaller than array y if there exists an index I such that xi is strictly less than y and xi equal xj equal y. For all j I greater than or equal to 1 and less than I, less formally simply can say that the first index I in which they differ xi less than y. Okay, so now first line contains an integer n, number of elements in the array A. Second line contains an space separated integer element of the array A. Okay, so this is problem given test case 41714 or this is the output 11. So let me explain the problem. Okay, so guys, can check here my code. Simply given the एक array where value of n is also given, that is 10 power 5. Okay, now suppose if the array is 1 4 5, the question had said that if the have to element add, if that is odd, then you can simply swap the element. Okay, now again check 1 and 5. This is also have the even number, so no need of any swapping. Okay, what is here? Now we can simply check here. Suppose if the all the elements 1 1 1 1 1, it means uh, we first of all we check the parity of the first element. This is the parity odd. Okay, now we check again the parity of the next element is the equal to the first element or not. That is also odd, that is also odd, this is also, this is also, this is also. All the elements in the array have the same parity. If all the elements have the same parity, it means I don't do anything. Simply the print the as the input, this is the output. So answer will be 1 1 1 1. Okay. Okay. Now we explain another thing. Suppose if the elements this is 2 5 5 6. Okay, so can I do that? First of all we check that, sorry, first of all we check if the first next two elements the sum, that is the odd parity, odd. So simply we swap the element 5 2 and array will become 5 6. Okay, now we check again here, it 2 and 5 is also odd, again be swapping that, so it become 5 5 and the previous element as the remaining as the odd on position, and next will 6. Okay, again we check here, okay, 5 and 6 that become the odd, 5 5, if the odd then swap the elements, Now you can say that it is not strictly increasing the array. Okay, how will do that? But you need to see the question. Question given that any an index I such that xi less than yi and xj equal yi. And you can also check here, pick two integers I and j. It means choose any integers I and j. Okay, choose any integer j. Let me do that. Can after that, in the next iteration, can I swap these elements? This is the 5, this is the 6. Okay, can I do that? You can say that. Yes, will I do that? If the we check all the elements nearby adjacently, sorry, we take this a wrong example. Let me explain that. Next example. So this is a wrong we take example. This kind of example don't take any the. Okay, now check. Suppose you have 4, 5, 6, and this is a 3. Now we check that. Now we check here. Sum of the first two elements this is odd. So now we're swapping the 5 and 4. Okay. This is the remaining array the edge on its position elements. Again we check 4 and 6. That is odd. No. Now again check the 6 and 3 at the odd parity. Okay. So we say final array we will can become that 5 4 3 6. Now you can say that this is not strictly increasing that. Let me do that again. Can I swap this element and this element? You can check here. Yes. Now array become that. So simply you can say that this is the array become strictly greater, strictly lexicographically because next element is greater from the previous element. You can check here all the elements. Okay. You can also take the example if the all elements have the supposed to okay. So first what will you do here? All the elements have the even parity. If all the elements have the even parity, it means they can't do anything. Simply print the output as the given the input. Okay, but you can also check that 3 3. Okay, this all the element of the array is also the same parity. Same parity. We simply do anything. Okay, we do here anything, and it will become the answer is the remaining as the input. Okay. Now we will explain another thing. You can say that if the all elements just like that 5, 4, 5, 5, 3. This kind of the error not given in the code for or test cases because you never do that because here in the array some of the elements have the even parity, some of that odd parity. After that you can swap that you will not make the strictly increasing the array. Okay, so this will become 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. This is not strictly increasing because this is a fault. Okay, so simply what we learn from the all the test cases. First we check case 1. If all uh, first we check here. Simply we check there. all, come here, all the element of the of the array has the same parity. In case we don't do anything, we don't do anything. Okay, simply print the output as input. If any spelling correct, so sorry for that. Again, check the case 2. If array, if element of the array have mixed parity. Mixed parity means some of the element have odd, some of the even. Then we simply sort the array and print the element of the array. Okay, you know that what is a parity. Parity simply means if the element has 3, if you take its modulo from 2, that become the odd because it has a remainder 1. Okay, if the element have the remainder 0, 0, it means it has the even parity. Okay, so now we discuss about the code what we here write. First of all, now we discuss the time complexity. So given the time limit per test ke 1 second, okay, and uh, you can see that here. So time limit per test it is the 10 power 8. It means in the 1 second, it means 1 second, uh, it means simply, okay. 1 second equal 10 की power 8. So in the 1 second we perform the operation 10 power 8. Here given first line contains integer. Let me discuss the here. Okay. So wait. Discuss here. In the 1 second we perform operation 10 की power 8. So number of operation per one test case is also 10 power 8. Why? Because no need of getting number of test cases. It may be simply the one test cases that is equal to 10 की power 8. Okay. Now we check the here. Given the n is the, for worst case scenario 10 power 5. If it the given, it is the value n is 10 to the power of 5. So it means that is the 10 to the power 5 is the less than equal to 10 to the power 8. Okay. So which types of time complexity or sorry which time no which type which time complexity I solve the problem. This problem can I solve in big of n square? Can I solve big of and log in. Can I solve in big of n? Can I solve big of 1? So simply you can check here. If the solve big of n square, so 10 के power 5 square, that will become 10 की power 10. That is out of range. So will not solve in the big of n square. We simply solve big of n log n. That is the value of for test case 10 power 6. That is a slightly less than 10 power 8. Okay. You can also solve that big of n. You can also solve that big of n. Now can see my the code part here, right? First, main function call the solve function. Take the input and make the vector array. Take the input. So first bit is array volume same parity true. We check the first element. What is the parity of this? So take AF0 modulo 2. Modulo 0 या तो देगा it is 1, it is 2. Suppose it is given 1. It is odd parity. Okay. Now we iterate from one element to the end. Checking the all. If the all element give the parity not equal to the first parity. If not equal, we simply all the same parity equal to false. It means all the elements of the array not same parity. Okay, not same parity. Now we discuss here. Okay, you can check here. Suppose 2, 2, 2, 2. All the element of the same parity. If the same parity, we simply print this output. If the all the elements have 2, 3, 2, 2, it will have the mixed parity. It means odd, also even parity. Both the parity has included in the test cases. So simply what we will do? First we will need to sort the array 2, 2, 2, 2, then 3 and simply print the output. Now you can check the code. If the not all the same parity, simply sort the array and after that we print. Okay, so you can check here all the test cases are run. This is also, you can check here, all the elements have the same parity. So we will not do anything, simply print the output as. Okay, so thank you for this problem. Enjoy.